Hi, it's me again. And when I see a headline with the words MPs and clueless in it, you know I'm interested, right? Because they do not live in the real world with people like us. Most of them have never had a proper job in their life. Certainly not a low-level job like most of us sit in and try and make enough to pay our rent or our mortgages and food and the odd pint in the pub. They do not live in the real world. And yet they're the people that make all the decisions that us people in the real world do have to live by. How's that work again? How's that right? I don't know. So I saw this headline and we could have a quick chat about it. I'm not going to drag on forever because I'm sure many of you feel similar. Look, Sunpost Poll shows clueless MPs have no idea of the pain policies like net zero inflict on ordinary Brit families. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. They have no idea at all. So they've done this poll and there's loads of infographics. So I thought we'll have a look at a couple of them and maybe it'll spark a conversation between us down in the comments below. Because I do like our conversations that we have in the comments and I do read them all. I can't reply or hit like on all the because there's so many. But I promise you I do. I sit there, I read them. Right, where are we? Are Just Stop Oil treated too harshly? 45% say not harsh enough. I think you know that I fall into that category and I'm sure most of you out there do also. Do you back ULEZ schemes? That's an interesting one. Look, yes, 40%, no, 45%. That's closer than I thought that would be. I have a big problem with ULEZ. Big problem with ULEZ. Forcing people, hard-working people with their vans to have to go and buy a new van or pay, 15 quid a day just to work. That's only going to get passed on to people like you and me who need to get a spark round or a plumber. And now our bill's gone up. Is blocking roads justified? No, 69%. Good. I would have liked to have seen it higher, but good. Anyway, so let's get on to this whole cost of living bits. Where are we? Ministers should prioritise keeping prices down over reaching net zero. 62% agree. 20% of people think ministers should hit net zero even if prices go up. I'm guessing they're either rich people or MPs that were questioned there. Should petrol cars be banned from 2030? Yes, 37%, no, 50%. Again, closer than I thought that. That's closer than I thought. We've got to remember, they're not going to be banned in 2030. I think it's going to get pushed back anyway. But I'm still going to have probably a petrol car at that point, I would imagine. And it's not like you're going to wake up on January the 1st and not be able to drive your petrol car. You'll still be able to buy fuel. You just won't be able to buy a solely petrol car from a dealership anymore. But the cars will go on for a long, long time after that. Oh, there's an interesting one. Look, do politicians understand the financial pressure you are under? 6% say yes, 85% say no. Again, that's still lower than I thought, 85%. They have no idea. Half of them haven't had a proper job. And some have, and to be fair, some of them I don't mind. They're an MP, so I'm never going to like them. But do you know what I mean? You could come round to the idea of, agreeing with them occasionally. But most of them they're career politicians. They studied politics. They went to the right school. They made the right friends. They got given a safe seat or an easy seat to win. They're career politicians. They've never had a job. They've never run a business. They've never had to decide on heating or eating. They just don't live in that world. And they get to decide what we do with our money, how much tax we pay, what we have to pay it to. Absolute nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. If anything, the whole politician thing in this country needs overhauling. There should be a limit on the amount of people that haven't had a proper job. In fact, it should be no politician in this country that should be allowed to become an MP unless you've had a proper job or run a business. And by proper job, I don't mean working at one of your mates' newspapers or something like that. I mean a proper job. Well, it's nice to see that public opinion really does seem to be done with the protesters, especially the Just Stop Oil ones. The way they go about business is never going to win the hearts and minds of people, is it? And I did like to see, do politicians understand the financial pressure you're under? That was good to see as well. It's a YouGov poll. I'll put a link to this. There's a bit more to it. I'll put a link to this down down in the pinned comment or the description thing down below, so you can go and have a look for yourself. I don't want to gas on for too long, just wanted to make a quick one. We're 5 minutes in. I reckon that'll cover it. But let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. I do like the debates that we have down there. Get the odd argument, but it's rare on this channel, which I think is rare for the internet in general. So I love my subscribers, I love the viewers. We can have a good debate down there. So you start that and I'll jump in if I feel that I've got something else to add. Otherwise I'll be reading it all. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because that way hopefully I'll see you in the next video, whenever that will be. Probably tomorrow though. Ta-da!